Well, good morning YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. So today is the day before the big storm that's supposed to hit here, or I think the day of. Maybe it's coming in tonight, I don't remember. But anyway, I look at the weather reports and it seems to be getting less and less each time. So I don't think it's going to be that severe. I'm hoping to get enough that I can start packing the snow down in the driveway. So I've got a decent base that'll allow me to run the snowblower without sucking up all the gravel off the driveway. And I just got back from picking up another jerry can of diesel fuel just to make sure that I have lots on hand. And we've got a number of jerry cans full of regular gasoline for the generator in case the storm does get that bad and we lose power. So I think today what we're going to do is turn some lights on in here. And because it is such a mild day, we're going to take advantage and head back down to the spot where we were working with the pole saw in the last video and do a little more cleaning up in the one area that I had made note of where there was quite a mess from a previous owner. It's a lot better than what it was, but there's still work that needs to be done. And it is sitting at actually above freezing right now outside, just barely. So we're going to gather up the chainsaw. I don't think we're going to take the pole saw with us this time, but we'll take the chainsaw down and a strap to pull some of those logs and stuff out of the way with the ATV. And get a little more work done down there this afternoon, just while the weather is nice. I mean, I like working outside this time of year, especially when the temperature gets mild. There's no bugs or anything like that, and it really makes for a very comfortable work environment because you're not sweating bullets. So we'll get the ATV running down here to the shop and start loading our gear up to head back out. Okay guys, we have made it down to this area that we're going to be doing some work in. So this is not too bad here. This is the area I was referring to in my last video about how everything was quite logged out and then just a huge mess left. You couldn't walk through here. So I've cleaned a lot of it up. I've got to get down here with the tractor and start taking out a bunch of these stumps because I do want to kind of level out this area and use it for a staging area where I can set equipment up and that type of thing and park the tractor and the chipper if I need to. This is where it really gets messy. You get down in here and I've got to widen this and there is all kinds of stuff down on both sides. But my drainage issue is coming from this area over here. Now, I was told by one person once who used to be a neighbor that this is a spring here. Well, it's not really a spring. There used to be, and you can see kind of a lower area here that would come down as a creek and drain from up top there. And that gets flooded now up there. And it does slowly trickle down here. And then it kind of spreads out this way and it goes down through a small area that I dug here. So you can see where my little creek comes out right here and unfortunately follows the trail along, which is making it a little bit difficult for draining because this then just creates a stream that runs along the path. So my four-wheeler is always ending up in it. So I've got a pipe farther back there that I want to put into place. I just have to figure out where to put it. And I think it means I have to do a little bit of moving around of this stream. I need it to come out farther this way and come across here, so I can then lay my pipe in across here, so the water will flow into the pipe and cross over, and then I can just throw some earth over top of the pipe. All right, let's get back up to where the ATV is up there, and we'll get started up there. Okay, so I have a bit of a hollow over here. I'm going to try moving around a bunch of this stuff that's still spread out here and some of this stuff, and pile it into this hollow to try to fill that up a little bit. Well, that is grueling hot work. Not a job I'd want to do in the summertime. But we're making good progress. This corner here, that used to be really tight, is now really very accessible. I can get around here, even with the tractor, without any trouble. I do have to get rid of the rock that my chainsaw helmet is sitting on, but we're making progress. Okay guys, we've made a lot of progress along here. It's been a few hours of really slogging it, but we're getting there. So I think for now, because I'm just about ready to drop, we're going to pack this up and head back to the shop, get things put away. I've got to sharpen the chainsaw. I did manage to nick a rock. This was probably partially turned up from the equipment that used to come through here when this area was logged out. But as you can see, you know, it's coming back. The trees are still generally pretty small. Oh my goodness. Let me show you this. So this is part of the reason why I wear a helmet a lot of the times back here. You can see this wedged in between these two trees that cross each other. Jeez. I think I'm going to put my helmet back on and see if I can get that to drop out of that tree. I got one tree growing on top of another here, so sooner or later there's going to be trouble with them. So that would have been a disaster if that come down and caught somebody. That's why they call them widowmakers. Well, I was just packing up to get ready to go when I noticed this one. There's another widowmaker. You can see that limb hanging right there. Goes up and around and it's busted in there. So I've got to take that tree down. There's no choice there. You can see here how badly this tree was split and coming apart. Oh boy. Yeah. We did the right thing stopping to take this down. Alright guys, that was quite a fun day out in the bush today. It was good to come across those widowmakers and get them out of the trees. That was a potential real danger for somebody going through there, more likely me, but anyway, they're gone. So we're slowly making progress. We're a long ways away before we really have roads down through there that we can get the tractor in, but it's nice to still have weather that's warm enough where I can get away with doing that. So we're right on the verge of the storm that's supposed to be coming in tonight. We'll see what happens with that. We may just be working out in the shop here the next time. Well, good morning, YouTube. So we did finally get the snow. Oh, here comes the girls. Girls, there is corn out there for you. You're just missing it. All right, I think we'll get them fed first and then get on with what we need to do to clean this up. So this is the storm. Now, it's really not very bad. It's not very deep. Looks like we've got a couple of small trees down in the driveway. So my main concern when we get really heavy, wet snow like this are these storage buildings, these temporary storage buildings of mine. So that one, oh boy, that's very iffy. So there's a branch almost laying on top of that one. That's not good. So we're gonna have to get the snow knocked off of it. And get to cleaning up. So we had 5 or 6 very brief power outages last night. So all this heavy snow was definitely causing issues out there. Oh boy. There's some branches down off of the big pine behind the shop. And right beside one of my storage domes. Now this is the one that I had a big branch come down and go through the storage dome last year. Yeah, it's laying on it. Yeah, that didn't go through. The thing with these big pine trees is that the branches tend to just kind of explode when they get that kind of weight on them and come down. This one's awfully close to the power line. I'm kind of surprised Hydro doesn't want to take it down. I probably won't do much actual snow removal. at least not in the driveway, because these are perfect conditions to pack this down, because that's what I need. I need a base here in order for the snowblower to work properly so it doesn't dig into the gravel. So I'll probably run the snowblower to clear the end of the driveway. I'll need to do that. And then once I get the driveway all packed down, I'm going to run the snowblower up to the back of the house and that kind of thing, and up to the garden shed, and we'll get that cleared out. Then get the little snowblower out and clear the area for the turkeys. So I would say that's a few hours worth of work here. Okay guys, so we've got the first stage of cleanup done here. I've cleaned off the storage domes. Unfortunately, I did end up with one small hole in this one right there, so that's not too bad. So I'm going to dry that off and put some Gorilla Tape on it, and there's one where it's rubbed but didn't quite go through, so I'll do the same with that. Get them taped up. So the next stage of this is to wipe off the snowblower, get it ready to go, and then spray the inside of it with my non-stick cooking spray, which helps make sure the snow flows through it. And this is such wet, heavy stuff that it will be a challenge. It'll be interesting to see how it goes through the snowblower. But for the most part, I'm just going to be driving on top of it to flatten it down, because as I said earlier, it's just we need to get a base on the driveway. And this is really the perfect snow for it. This will pack down really nicely. So that's great. Well, there we go. We've got the driveway all packed down. Now this was just ideal conditions for this. It's really good packing snow. So we got everything tamped down through here. A little bit of tidying up left to do there. And I need to clear the top of the Jeep and bring it out. But before I bring it out from there, I want to do a little bit of work up into the yard. Now I'm actually going to try the snowblower up here. I did use the snowblower on the end of the driveway, and it seemed to work very nicely. I need to cut a path up to my garden shed there, and also around to the back of the house. So let's give that a go and see what it's like. It is a fairly good hill coming up here, so we'll see how well it will climb this in this snow. It is so beautiful with this. I almost hate to clear it, as it sure does look pretty. tell you guys, I am constantly amazed at the traction this little tractor has got. No chains, just a four-wheel drive. And boy, it works. That's amazing. Well, the only thing I've got left to do is bring the Jeep out and then get the small snowblower out and clean things up for the turkeys. Gotta take care of my girls. All right, next job will be starting work on that mailbox. We'll get some measurements for that and probably spend some time this afternoon working on that. Alrighty guys, we made some really good progress down doing a little bit of bush cleaning along our road. I'm looking forward to getting back down there next year. I think with all the snow we just got from the storm, we're pretty much going to be done road work. And that means we're going to be back to working on little projects in the shop. Plus, I'm going to be starting on my first bigger indoor job in the house for the winter. I need to redo that lower entrance that you see me coming out of on the start of some of my videos. It needs some real serious work. So that'll be a fun project to get to and get that done. I'm looking forward to that. And the snowblower worked really well. As you saw, it just picked up that wet stuff and really threw it. And I was very pleased with that. And the inside of the snowblower stayed nice and clean. And I contribute that to the use of the no-stick cooking spray. That does really make a difference. You should give it a try. So thanks very much for watching. And as usual, if you guys have any comments or suggestions or that type of thing, I would love to hear from you. And also, if you're enjoying these videos, I'd really appreciate you liking and to have you subscribe to my channel. That does help. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails the next time. I gotta sharpen this saw before I hit more rocks.